सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu. Welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Session to this intermediate training session. Hello, Dr. Chanapati. Good afternoon, Ramakrishna, Dina Patel, Basal Parikh, and Krishav Shah. So, in this session, I will be doing about 10 diagrams, finding good opening moves and plan, and 10 diagrams about your decision and middle game strategy, positions that will lead to advantage. So first, before that, let me warm up an end game. An instructive end game. White is Van Valley, black is Karyakin. After mistakes by both sides, fluctuation of fortune, black is a pawn up, a young grandmaster. So let me flip the board. Okay, let it be like this, doesn't matter. So black should play. The point is now if you want to win, maintain more pawn tension. Suppose you play rook takes pawn, then the drawing chances are much easier. Rook takes pawn, rook into b6, it is very difficult for white to win the game. This is not correct. After rook into pawn, it is much more easier for the defender. You have to cut off. You cannot allow the king coming to g2. So cut off. Best move. It is difficult. Now, if you take, now the whole point is, this is the main problem. So I am not afraid of this pawn. So if trading the pawn is good, now king. Now cut off the rook, king. So it is very difficult. Now this is not easy. The white black king is cut off and the pawns are weak. You cannot come far away. If you come far away, while the king comes and he will come and attack, one of the pawn will fall. So it is a draw. It is not a win. And best example to just I will write back 1 second. Yeah. The point is, those players want to have better understanding of such endings. I suggest them to see Botwini versus Tisser 1962 Varna Olympiad. An amazing rook endgame. It will improve your knowledge of rook and pawn ending. Maybe I'll show you this that also today. Wonderful endgame. So this is a draw. That is the reason should avoid exchanging any pawns. And now better move is rook b4. More winning chances. That means the rook is now tied down. Otherwise, once the pawn falls, it is all over. So white will make progress. Now it's a critical moment. There is a Russian proverb. All rook and pawn endings are draw. It is not so. All rook pawn endings are draw. This is very difficult. The correct move will give a lot of tough time. Now, white should play very correctly. And here white makes a decisive mistake. Now S3 is correct move. After S3, it is very difficult. I don't think it can win the game. This is the correct move and very tough, very tough. So he made this bad move h4. Now the pawns are paralyzed. Now backward pawn. The pawns are paralyzed. Rook is watching. So rook is watching all. Everything is independent. Now this point he cannot do anything, and this pawn is in trouble all the time. So white is paralyzed because of this serious mistake. Three would have been more flexible. Now it's all over. Comes and now rook takes pawn. This is very difficult. Still, I would like to go a little further because the mistake also comes by black again. Now it looks very easy because two connected pawns, but don't take it for granted. ऐसा मत सोचो कि अभी जीत गया. King, so he will give a check. Now pawn another check. So now this looks like easy win. So what white will do? Push the pawn. No, this is just bad. Actually, the strongest move is this. This is draw. I think black has descended. Now this is a draw only. Now you will have to catch the pawn. Pawn push, catch the pawn, and now king. No win. Because by that time you go and capture h7 or f7, rook run away, king. This is not making any progress easily. It's a draw only. Now again rook 8. The point is he is waiting for pawn push. Once you push the pawn, he will give a check and you come, the king will make progress. Now black rook is already tied down for to advance the pawns. Black rook is already tied down to advance these pawns. He has to go inch by inch. He has to make a move, then pawn push. Then he has to make a move and then king. So it will go inch, inch. By that time, white will create counterplay. By king here, rook check and advance the pawn. So this would draw. That means he has to come here, rook, attack, only move again repeat. Draw. No progress. Unfortunately, that he did not play what I mean. White did not play this pawn push. This would draw, but he played bad move. That keeping a watch. This is all over now. Now black is winning. It's too late. Check. Finish. The pawn will fall. So it is important that this is very strict, I felt. So I wanted to show you Banwali and Karyakin. By the way, you must see that game, Fischer versus Botvinnik. Actually, in the Varna Olympiad, Fischer was playing on the first board, and Botvinnik, the world champion that time. So when there was a match, Russia and America, USSR and USA, it was a rumor that Botvinnik will not play because Fischer was a rising star. So losing is a very big insult. But Botvinnik came to play in the first board. And Fisher knew that they will come prepared. Fisher's pet line was King's Indian defense. But he knew Botvinnik is fully ready. So he played Grunfeld. And after that, they got a position where Botvinnik blundered a pawn and a game was adjourned in a position where Fisher was winning. Fisher, okay, Varna Olympiad. Fisher. Only one time he met Botvinnik. I would skip the game here. Opening I will skip. Now this here he played queen. I mean at this point, both officer is black. Now he played queen. Now here knight. Now in this position, Botvinnik and Smyslov match. Botvinnik had analyzed queen will go to some h4 and the queen gets trapped somewhere. That in analysis, the king moves or whatever, there is a queen is getting trapped. Some analysis. But Fisher found a new move here. Simply queen into pawn. Botvinnik said, "Oh my God, how can I overlook this?" Botvinnik overlooked this. Now bishop into knight into one pawn extra, or he is losing another pawn. So now queen into b6. Here queen coming attacking rook. I gain time. I gain time to attack the rook. And now this is bad. Queen check will come, then queen check, and then queen b4 check, and ganpat ho jayega. So he overlooked this boat winning. Simply overlooked queen into pawn. So here, so you will have to fight. You cannot resign. Huh? You cannot घुटने टोकते घुटने टेक नहीं देगा. Okay. So I will go straight to rook ending. I will go straight to rook ending. Now, now the position black should maintain the knight. You should not exchange bishop for knight because rook ending is very difficult. Now on this position, so this is just a bad move. After the because forcing the exchange of knight, and now also you should save the knight very quickly. Bad move. You should at least remove the knight and play knight versus rook and rook versus bishop. Bad move. We'll go straight to the end game. Mistake. You should not do this. At least rook b4, much more chances. More winning chances are there here. After the move check, it is very difficult. And whole night, Geller, this was actually adjourned position here. This was adjourned position. Geller worked whole night for white side and they found a drawing line. So my analysis from that I just showed you Karyakin manually, and this is a similar setup. Rook pawn on the board, and basically same thing almost four pawns, and here it is one pawn, but defense is fantastic. So cut off. The point is once the king is allowed cross, it is easily win. Then the king will come all the way to advance the pawns. He will support the pawns advance. So cut off. First job. Now you have to counterplay. So takes. Now it looks two pawn and here it is 2-1. I mean it is unlikely white can create a pass pawn and two pawns are winning. But note that how they worked out a counterplay. The Russian team. Whole night of analysis by very strong grandmasters. Check. If you play king f6, no, rook b7. Idea now when you can't push the pawn, that means you have to play pawn rook here, pawn push, but then rook check will come. So he plays in the game pawn push, king f5, check. This is the point. I want him to play king f6. So king f6, I showed you the analysis. So this is preventing the capture. And now advance. Now rook into pawn will lose. Rook into pawn, you are much slower in the race. In the race, it is very easily winning. Pawn b4, rook cannot go. Then pawn b3, it is all over. What happened? So you must play only move. The idea, trade the pawn, trade this pawn for the important Connected pawn. Good move. And now takes. This is supposed to be a draw. Two rook pawns. Rook pawns are bad. And now this is a draw. Even without the pawn also. Even without this pawn also it is a draw. Even without, but this is much easier here. Cut off. I do not allow the black king to help the a person. Push. And now, in fact, even I think this is also possible. This is also possible. But that's the safe way. Why should you take risk? No progress. There is no progress. Now the rook is tied down. The rook is tied down to defense of the pawns. And the king has to cannot oscillate only. King oscillates back. Again, okay, you can make move so that the pawn will move. And now king. Draw. If you mark time, he will also mark time. And if you give a rook here, I will take, I may go for this pawn. Simple. No, no will, no will. So this is a lesson in rook and pawn endgame, and the Russians saved the prestige of the world champion is not beaten by American in the Cold War time. That time the Cold War between America and Russia. So this ending and that Van Valley endgame also very attractive. Let me take you to other positions now. This particular position, white has an advantage. You can see white has space, center, and better chances. So white now how should black find counter? Please find out. I will give you 10 opening moves and 10 middle game positions in this session. So Devers, then Khanak, Dekvaidya, Tirtha, Tirth Parmar. What is my favorite book on endgame? Basically, for intermediate player, I like the best book, Balasov's Chess Ending. Yuri Balasov and Pran Setter. They have joined, they two author, one of the best book written on endgame. Basic Chess Endings by Balasov and Pran Setter. And another book I liked is Endgame in Theory and Practice by Alexander Panchenko. Excellent book. Of course, the books by John Nunn, some three, four good books he has written on endgame, and I would say um, there are Beliavsky and Mikhail Jessen. They have written three volumes, which are also very good, very good. And there are book Test Your Endgame Ability by some Blackstock and Leadseat something. It's also a fantastic book. Test Your Endgame Ability. Very nice questions. What other book? I guess these are intermediate level and excellent books. Hello, Ramakrishna, Birabhadra, Devars, Dr. Senapati, Alak Dhoni Nayak, Meg Parmar. Okay, type the book names. All right, all right. What I can do, I will, I will show you tomorrow morning because typing takes a lot of time. I will show the screenshot tomorrow morning. I have to reduce this videos photo because it takes so much space. I will reduce it. Tomorrow I will tell the expert to reduce the size of the video so you can have a more better view of the screen. I will type the books tomorrow morning. Yeah. So what should you do? Very simple. It is a saying when there is a flank attack, you counter by central blow. A flank attack is best met with a central blow. Similarly, the central play is countered by a flank attack. So queen b6 is the correct move. With the two double idea. One, I am putting queen is putting pressure on the b2 pawn, and the main idea is to exchange. And then a knight on knight centralized queen. The correct move, queen b6. The position, if you do not play queen b6, it will go down quickly. After any other move, white will have a big advantage. Knight c3, bg5, whatever it is coming. h5, white will kill. So, counter play. Now, f5. You have to make n pass, only move. Again, okay. Already the central superiority is gone. Counter play. Now, h2, you have to watch. Knight. Now, if you take knight on knight, check is coming. Queen has to check is coming. And the pressure. Black has already equalized. Another black is a little better. I would say black is a little better. Forced. The other move, knight into f3 is coming. So queen moves also it is bad. Knight rook f3, knight f3, so bad. And counter play. Okay, so whole point is central blow is countered by flank attack is the main thing here. Normally, majority cases, flank attack comes and 70-80% cases we do with a central blow. Whenever there is a flank attack, destroy the center. For example, I will give an opening example to make it more clearer for you. For example, let's say e4, d6, d4, knight f6, knight c3, g6. Now b normal is f4. F4, Russian attack or classical knight f3. Good move. Let us say he plays b8, pg7, g4. Now white plan is a clear. He wants to play h4, h5 and then exchange that and after that h5 open and attack. So what are you going to do now? For example, now in such a situation, you have to destroy the center, like c5. Now you have to decide because pawn into pawn is coming, and now if you push the pawn, then it is bad. It is bad because you will have problem. Queen f5 can come, and now so you take the pawn. Queen f5 anyway will come. Anyway, queen f5. So it is important you play a c5 now, or you can castle and play c5. You can castle and c5, better c5 now. So whenever there is an attack on the flank, we blow the center. That is a perfect counter attack. Okay. Or I mean, or I can say e4 c5, e4 c5, e4 c5, knight f3. Now d6, d4 cd and d4, knight f6, knight c3, g6, f4. Now, white has got of trying to open up the position, so you have to stop e5. Let us say you play some move like knight d7. Suppose you play like this. Now your flank attack is coming. We need to destroy the center. So you can play this move. On this move, you can come over here. Okay, you can hit the center when the tempo is coming. You can do that. Maybe knight c6. So this is called Botvinnik and Rouser game. Maybe I can show that. Maybe I'll show that. White is rouser, black is boat winning. So let's go for rouser. Player, rouser. राउजर का नहीं है. राउजर बोटविनिक. Okay. Central. No, I think this is somewhere. mm, Okay, this is also good one. Good example. You take now E4 will come, blowing the center. So it is known fact that center must be destroyed. All right. I will go back to the game. बहुत हो गया है. Please show some hippo opening variation. Hippo openings are bad. Hippo is bad. I will show you anyway one game. हिप्पोपोटामस को काट डालना है. Okay, here this position, that king in the center. So you need to, the rook is under attack. That is not important now. Knight into pawn. There is an attack here. Three attack. So bishop into is bad. Queen check will come and it will be all over. Then you cannot take the knight. Rook e8 check is coming. A disaster. So you cannot play. You cannot play bishop into. So pawn into queen check. Now g3 is bad. Losing the rook. G3 some queen check will come. So you come here. Bishop joins. Now rooks are connected. Is all over. So king in the center, always in opening stage, you need to open up very easy. Of course, I don't say just do it blindly. You need to calculate that your other pieces are joining the battle. Otherwise, it will be bad. So here black pieces are joining. Then queen checks and bishop joins. Your only move. If king f1, bishop check will kill him. Bishop check will kill. A6 check will kill him. So the only move lost. Now pawn into किंग ऊपर खींच के आएगा. अभी खींच खींच के मारो उसको. रुक चेक आएगा. सारे ऑल पीसेस विल अटैक द व्हाइट. So flank attack is countered by central blow and vice versa. But normally, in general, 80 to 90% time the flank attack comes and it is met by a central blow. Okay, king in the center. So next example is also good. So this here takes and now at c3 bb4 e3. I think the position is roughly equal. Black should not have any problem here. Okay, this is a past bad. Black should concentrate on complete development. So any activity like surrendering center or unnecessary capture going for pawn hunting. These all bad ideas. अभी अपने आप को पूछना है क्या ये डेवलपमेंट हुआ है, अभी तक निकला नहीं. So it's a bad thing surrendering center. White gets a good game. So here, good move, excellently played. I call this Russian knight on e5. After reading that Spassky's comment, I like this Russian knight on e5. अभी f4 आएगा, all kind of attacking plans will come, and if you try to dislodge f4 fe5, so fantastic. Because of the bad move with dc4, white gets all the plan. So good move. I now suggest what should white do. White position is fantastic. How should white play? Please think here and let me know. I will show hippo opening. I'll show how to crush hippo. I will show you next. Okay. So now what should white do? Somebody, sir, hippo are very heavy. We think we should just slow poison. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you some hippo opening. Now this is just bad. Now why it is bad? Now you do not worry about recovering the pawn. You know, don't think that I should capture. The whole point is initiative. There is no guard near the black king. Minor piece must be there. There should be a knight here, or a bishop should have been here. This is a guard, but no guard. That means f5, f6, f5. क्वीन अच्छा एक मूव क्वीन निकला अभी f5 f5 pawn into pawn, then you can play bishop into bishop and queen f5 crushing. You will not be able to develop the pieces. For example, this is just crushing. You take now bishop into bishop, now queen into pawn. Knight cannot come on account of knight. Disaster it is. Knight cannot develop. And he is bringing rook f3, rook double, rook coming. It's just everything. No guard. There is no guard near the black king. So you cannot play f pawn into pawn. Rook into now f6 threat. f6. अभी आपको कुछ नहीं है, बस आपको रूक लाना है. ये रूक को गेम में लाया, खत्म हो खत्म हो जाएगा. rook forced. Now ed4 not working. Now whatever you do, it is just turning badly. Tempo rook g3 tempo. Idea rook into g6. So queen f5, queen h5 only move. Okay. The queen is bad, king is bad, the whole everything is bad. So this is the result of bad opening play, surrendering center for no reason. ये जो position है, this is okay, this is okay. This is a bad thing. I mean, black has to struggle for a draw. Not that this is a lost position. Black has to struggle. You are giving center and you are losing a move. Okay, I will take you to next one. हिप्पो देखना है. लेट अस डू सम ओपनिंग से जो है मैं बाद में दिखाएगा. तो ओल्ड मेन लाइन नजर castle and now queen g3 f4 e5 bishop d3 rook e1 e5. So this is the point that e5 is the main theme that you strike. Normally it comes with f4 e5. Normally a player, but here there is no time because the knight has come and e5 is a good move now because white is fully developed. White has castle, his rooks are in center, ready to open the game. So good move. e5 is a good move and you have to accept pawn into pawn. How should black play now? White. I'm sorry, white. Hello, Mayor Chaudhary. Yes, what should you do? Huh? नॉट क्वीन एफ आई दीना. अभी अभी ये जो किंग सेंटर में है, ये जो पीसेस है यहाँ साक मारना है. द पॉन इज पिंड. आप कभी भी ले सकते हैं. तो यू हैव टू सैक्रिफाइस ऑन b5 बिकॉज रूक्स आर रेडी. रूक्स आर रेडी हियर. रूक्स आर रेडी. सो sack, sacrifice. Now another sack. You cannot take queen into. You cannot take pawn into. Bishop check will cross. So finish. अब ये मारा तो भी जाएगा. You take here, this is also lost. Suppose you take like this check is killing. Now you come here is not working. You have to come here. In that case, knight check. मारे check. क्या बचा है अभी? कुछ भी नहीं. खत्म हो जाएगा. So इसीलिए when there is, you have to, when your pieces are ready, do not think of material. Strike. Rip, open the position. मस्त मारा है. बास्टरी को ने मस्त मारा उसको. नाइट इंटू पॉन. एक नाइट इंटू पॉन. मजा कर रहा है. अभी चेक. अभी नेक्स्ट क्वीन चेक आएगा. आओ आओ मैदान में किंग e7 देन ब्लैक स्क्वायर क्वीन चेक. खत्म. स्टोरी इज ओवर. अभी इतना जल्दी को नाजडॉफ विल नॉट कोलैप्स सो क्विकली. ये तो लॉस्ट है. अभी कोई स्क्वायर नहीं. वेयर इज द मिस्टेक इज डूइंग. मुश्किल है. इतना आसान नहीं नाजडॉफ को हराना. Now queen f3. So you don't have to play passively. For example, now I would play here bishop e7 and castle, or queen c knight d7, queen c7. This is okay. I don't think this is correct move. This is not the correct move. Bad move. He is ignoring. He is ignoring. टाइम पास कर रहा है ब्लैक. कोई थ्रेट ही नहीं दे रहा है. सब आ गया अभी. So these are lackluster play. Okay. Here I think here you can play. Here maybe bishop e7 was more accurate here. All right. This is what I found it. White was Lubojovic. White Lubojovic, and black is Sachs or Timman. Timman Sachs. I'm not sure. Idea of queen f3 is to play b2 queen g3. Next, finding good opening moves. Stonewall Dutch is inferior to Leningrad Dutch. This is a better way to play. Definitely, this I prefer to Stonewall. This is a better move, Leningrad. Okay, here. How should black play now? Normally, I will not advise to play Stonewall, but playable. Stonewall is not losing, but inferior bishop. अभी देखो, अभी बिशप को ये बिशप को कोई स्कोप ही नहीं है. You can play b6 and b6, bb7. So that means this bishop is the problem child. अब बिशप को यहाँ लाओ, यहाँ लाओ, यहाँ लाओ. ये सब टाइम पास हो रहा है. एक तो दूसरी बात है कि e5 स्क्वायर भी वीक है. So I would not advise for Stonewall. चलो ये खेला. अभी how to play the position for black. White has not played energetically. NC B5 कहाँ है? कौन सा पोजिशन में कह रहे हैं आप? NE6, FE6, Queen G6. Okay, वो लास्ट पोजिशन था. लास्ट. अभी this is the move. And now because the pieces are white is not aggressive and the center is very much in total control of black. So G5. Knight G5. Such a move will be terrible if the center is open or the center is weak. A move will be very bad. But now the center is very strong. Now white cannot do anything on center immediately. So this will now work. It is dangerous to play such a move without good control of center. Now it is working. Minus plus. Okay. Now I will go further because only not only opening, I will go little further. Well played. What should now black to play? Black has played all good, but you must play accurate execution now. What will you do? You need to feel the pulse of the position. क्या है क्या है ये जो नाइट है, ये नाइट यहाँ सब देख रहा है, तो यू हैव टू रिमूव द नाइट फ्रॉम द बोर्ड, देन black will have a good game. So how do you do that? How to do that? Take knight into knight. Take now b2, and now black is clearly better. Suppose you play queen into pawn here. Here queen into pawn is bad, or knight into pawn is a bad, because after knight into pawn, then he will get count all kind of activity. There is nothing, no more advantage for black. So that is why before taking the pawn, you eliminate that d3 knight minus plus. अभी कोई पॉइंट नहीं है, बैड बिशप लेके खेलो एंड अटैक विल कम, ब्लैक विल हैव अटैकिंग चांसेस. टेरिफिक, ये कुछ नहीं होगा, अभी एंड गेम इज माइनस, अभी जी फाइल में प्रेशर. बट बेसिकली आई एम नॉट इन फेवर ऑफ रिकमेंडिंग स्टोन वॉल. ये तो गेम प्लान, मिडिल गेम प्लान के लिए बताया. आई टोल्ड यू फॉर द मिडिल गेम प्लान, दिस इज गुड वन, दिस इज a good move. Rarely, not because central grip hai. Otherwise, it is a bad move. But how to handle white side, I will tell you. D4 F5. I recommended in the report pair, Bishop G5 is good. I told you, Bishop G5 gives a hard time to black. But anyway, you're playing, this is no problem. The strongest move here is to play G3. G3, you wait. Now E6, I will play Bishop. Now you play Knight F6, maybe I will play Knight S3. Idea d5 I castle. Now bishop here I will play bishop f4. Now exchange knight will come. I am keeping the pawn free so that whenever the knight comes I will give a punch. So this is good. And if you play some bishop e7, and this is no problem, I will play c4, then queen c2, knight d2, white will have a good game. So this is not the, I mean, Stonewall is not really doing good. Now, even this is good. Even this is a good move also. Even though I will double the pawn, you are welcome. You are welcome. This is not easy position because you are saddled with a bad bishop. Now castle, I will play e3. I will play king, king h1, rook g1. I will operate on the. Maybe it is better to support the pawn first. Support the pawn. Idea next move e3, king h1, nd2, rook g1, etc. Anyway, it is a matter of opinion, but I feel that white is better against Stonewall. So actually, many players don't study the game of past masters. Igor Boleslavsky was a fantastic player, terrific understanding of middle game strategy and attack. So Boleslavsky is white and Stahl, the master, is black. So how the game went on? Bad move. Premature. कैसल किया है नहीं, डेवलप किया है नहीं. Who gave you right to attack? It is bad. How to punish such thing? Central blow. When he is attacking the flank, blow the center. उसको पनिशमेंट मिलेगा, बराबर मिलेगा. करो, पनिश. कॉफी, इट्स अ कॉफी हाउस मूव. पुराना जमाने में कॉफी पी के चेस खेलते थे एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए. I am also drinking black coffee, so the position is really interesting. So what should I do? बराबर मिलेगी सजा. So blow the center, man, blow the center. How about c4? Blow the center. c4. Marmik sir, good afternoon. c4. अब ये मारेंगे तो बिशप आ जाएगा, ये तो क्रश हो जाएगा, क्रश हो जाएगा वो। अब ये मारेगा, ये पॉन इंटू पॉन मारेंगे, बिशप a4 के बाद queen is this is you don't I don't recommend knight, so only move. And now e6. कौन से मारो, मारो मारो मारो, टेम्पो लो, नाइट, मूव द बिशप, मूव द बिशप, कंटिन्यू द गेम, कंटिन्यू कंटिन्यू, क्वीन h5 चेक अलाउ करो। तो हिम्मत नहीं पॉन मारने का, दैट मीन्स डी पॉन से मारेगा, डी पॉन से मारेगा, क्वीन इंटू e4 आ जाएगा, गॉन। So c4, flank attack countered by central blow, a blow for blow, pound for a pound, pound for pound. Boxing में ना pound pound मैच होता है, pound for a pound. The great boxer, who is that? Sugar Ray Leonard. He made a video, pound for pound. So you want to blow the wing, I will crush the center. So cannot take that pound. वो मारा एक्चुअल गेम में, खत्म। बेटर रिजाइन। क्या रखा है अभी, और रुक भी जाएगा, ये भी जाएगा अभी थोड़ी देर में, ये भी जाएगा। अगेन check and queen check, continue 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 continue. So such a move is terrible, you cannot think of this g5 move. What is that g5? Ras gas g5. I would go give the move a question mark, not dubious move, it's just a bad move. So next game जाएंगे, बोलोस्लावस्की ने अच्छा पनिश किया, I like the move c4, exclam, I would give exclam. Okay, so I will tell you, I will tell you, queen e2, queen e2 is not great. The correct move for black, I will tell you, this is the correct move. I mean, this gives chances to fight, because on play rook d1, I will go queen coming b8. No c4 no c4 business, no c4, क्योंकि अभी rook d1 आएगा, किस लिए आ रहा है, he is threatening to play some move like c4 because of the pin, so हट जाएगा। So nc5 is equality, the queen e2 line caress, this is not popular because of nc5. Okay, going to the next game. Her opening, her diagram में we should learn new ideas, we have to broaden our opening repertoire, opening understanding. So 10 opening and 10 middle game. Next, क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं आ रहा, कोई बात नहीं, Didar week. This is called the Nigel thought variation. Now black is looking for counter attack on c5. Black's plan is to play like French defense without the bad bishop. He wants to play here, play knight, play counter attack on center. But this is artificial. The black setup is artificial. So we should not leave him unpunished. He is not the right way to play. He has moved the same piece, bishop do bar, knight do bar. You see, this bishop has come to f5, g6. Knight has come to e7, f5. Do bar is bad. Black cannot have the luxury of wasting time. White can do that. White can waste two moves and play like black. But black cannot waste one move. Let us say, I will give an example, white is 10, black is 9. Let us say white wastes two moves, black will be 11 and white will be 10. That means the difference is not much. Even if white wastes two moves and these two add to black, 9 plus 2 is 11. So 10, 11 is not a big thing. But now 10, 9, black makes a waste move, 8 and 10. and black makes second bad move 7 and 10. Too much. So दो मूव नहीं कर सकता है वेस्ट. ये पोजीशन 12 का भाव में जाएगा. नाउ लेट अस से व्हाट शुड व्हाइट डू? पनिश. इतना टाइम कहां है कि सारे गिना करेंगे. करो. फाइंड गुड मूव नाउ. G4. G4. अभी इफ यू प्ले नाइट कमिंग टू H4 में मारेगा. अब F4 ये तो क्रश हो जाएगा. ये क्रश हो जाएगा. बैड क्वीन. हाँ, नो डेवलपमेंट, नथिंग. So you cannot play knight to H4. Go back. And now knight. So that F4, F5. I am ready for action. Action. अरे क्या होगा अभी? जो मिलता है खा जाए. समंदर में जॉस के पास जो आता है वो खा लेता है. ट्रस्ट. ऑन डाउन भी है और कोई प्लान नहीं है ब्लैक के पास. ये क्या कर रहा है? क्रश हो जाए. नाउ दिस इज फाइन मूव एग्रेसिवली. अगर वो ये पॉन इंटू पॉन मारेगा तो मैं D5 खेलेगा. ओपन कंप्लीटली. फुल ओपन. फुल ओपन. बैड पोजिशन. क्वीन टेक्स पॉन, बिशप C4. सो यू कैनॉट डू दैट. तो उसने सेंटर पॉन मारा तो पहला वो पॉन मारो ना. पूरा पोजीशन का बिगाड़ दो. खत्म. हिल नहीं रहा है. कुछ भी हिल नहीं रहा है. पॉन इंटू पॉन बैड मूव. कैसल नॉट पॉसिबल. पॉसिबल, इट इज बैड. कैसल बैड मूव. पॉन टेक्स पॉन बैड मूव. क्वीन इंटू B2 rook B बैड मूव. एवरीथिंग इज बैड. BB5 is coming. So all the problem, all the crime because of the opening moves. ये जो मूव है बिशप G6 पहला, दिस इज प्लेबल. बट अभी ये जो मूव है यू डू प्रायोरिटी टू नाइट D7 खेलो, डेवलप करो. So whole variation, this is bad. Bologan is a master of opening. He has written a lot of good books in opening. क्रश कर दिया उसने. All right, going to the next. तो अपना ओपनिंग का कितना बचा अभी? 3-4 रहेगा बस. अभी और 1-2 है बस. वाटर ब्राउन. Walter Brown was good in opening and Georgiou was also good in opening. फ्लोराइन जर्जियो, सबको मालूम है फ्लोराइन जर्जियो हैं. फ्लोराइन जर्जियो क्विंटर स्टोरी मालूम होगा सबको. न्यूयॉर्क ओपन 1986. So this is a good move. Instead of playing the standard BD3, this check is interfering with the development. So coordination of black pieces. Play C6. I think that is the only move. ND7 is bad. Knight E5 आ जाएगा. NC6 is bad. So only move. Come back. White stands better. Now white has center. Take. So now castle. How should white play now? Getting a good position. अभी you have to take initiative. मेरे पास गुड पोजीशन है, विन नहीं आएगा. यू हैव टू स्ट्राइक. सबको ड्रॉ करने का करके 2-3 बार किया है उसने. क्विंटर्स के साथ किया, एक बल्गेरियन ग्रैंड मास्टर के साथ भी किया. जर्जू डिड दैट टू ए बल्गेरियन जीएम. वो बेचारा जेंटलमैन था, हार गया, लेकिन क्विंटर्स ने बराबर लेसन दिया. Okay, white to play. What should white do? Play like Walter Brown, ग्रैंड मास्टर मर गया एक साल पहले. I think Devas knows the story. And okay, so what should white do now? Like Rubin Fine, Caress Rubin Fine. You must have seen that game, Caress Rubin Fine. Caress Rubin Fine जैसा. D5, D5. मारना पड़ेगा pawn into pawn. E5. Just like Caress Rubin Fine. Now there is no guard. Here the king has no guard. The two bishops are deadly. This is deadly. This is deadly. And now queen is deadly. The knight rook हो ये खत्म हो गया. This will finish now. अरे रूक को छोड़ो अभी ये रूक को ध्यान दो pawn into. And now don't worry about the rook. Now how to play? Go for the attack. क्या करोगे अभी? Show me the attack. How to attack the black king? No, 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 not an identify. No, it is a stronger move. Queen is 6. अभी चेक और मेट थ्रेट है. यहाँ पे मेट है. अभी थ्रेट यहाँ भी है, यहाँ भी है, यहाँ भी है. ये मेट है. Check. Only move. Now queen into d1. One extra pawn. And bad king. Pawn भी up है और king position better. This is good. Good. हाउ व्हाइट शुड प्ले, व्हाइट को भी कैसे खेलना है. Initiative in the opening stage. White is better. What should white do? Yeah, very simple moves. What is very uncomfortable? वो D5 खेलेगा. तो नाइट कहाँ जाएगा? अभी क्वीन D4. ये प्रॉब्लम है. दिस इज वेरी अगली. दिस इज वेरी अगली. डेवलपमेंट नहीं, कुछ नहीं. For this, I may play H4, H5. I may play just knight F3. ये पावरफुल मूव है. ये थ्रेट. So knight F6. E5. ओवरवेलमिंग. अभी बिशप G7 में पीस चला जाएगा. G4 पीस चला जाएगा. बिशप C4 एंड कैसल. ओपनिंग में ही गेम चला जाता है. So a player cannot allow center. No counterplay. No counterplay. Devastating position. Only opening only. Okay, I leave this. Now one more. Because this position need not discuss. So whole point is you cannot allow a pawn center to white. आप अभी ऐसा नहीं अलाउ कर सकते हैं. वो E4 E5 में आता है. See in the E4 E5, knight F3 and C6, BC4, now BC5, C3 and F6, and F6, D4, take. Now this is crossing. ये क्रॉस हो जाए. देन ये थ्रेट है. और ये आएंगे तो ये खिला मार देगा इधर. पॉन नहीं. This is just bad position. So we cannot allow a pawn center on this. Only move is to check. This is the only move. Anyway, this position is no problem. I will leave you. Go to the next diagram. Now I will go to middle game positions. Knight into C6 was not good, but anyway, white is little better slightly. These are bad moves. Now white pieces are more ready. Black should not open. गेम कौन ओपन करता है? जिसका डेवलपमेंट ज्यादा है. अभी व्हाइट किंग इज सेफ. व्हाइट इज मोर रेडी. तो ओपन कौन? ब्लैक करके व्हाइट करना है, ब्लैक करना है. ब्लैक इज प्लेइंग विथ फायर. अभी सेल्फ गोल जैसा. व्हाइट टू प्ले, फाइंड आउट हाउ टू विन. फाइंड आउट. Hmm. What should you do? It is a very bad position. D5 was a very bad move. So bishop in knight, तो बिशप से नहीं मार सकता है. कौन से मारना? फोर्स है. Now open. Attack. White to play. How should white continue now? Somebody should suggest very easy move. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. White to play and win. Anthony. Anthony. No. Not the best move. Winning. And if you take with a king, check, check. White to play and win. Find out the correct move. White to play and win. Checkmate. Don't think of material. It is a checkmate in two moves. Knight check, queen checkmate. Checkmate. Of course, this is winning material. But this only move, checkmate. Okay. Yeah, Korsunay deserved to become world champion. There are many players who never became world champion but like world champion. I would say Rubinstein, Paul Keres, then Ivanchuk, Korsunay, then I would say Bronstein. Then you know there are so many players that deserve to become world champion. They never became. Okay, this position it is black to play. Black needs to develop the pieces smoothly. Ramakrishna, it is not Korchuna. The first in the list is Paul Keres. And that is not my opinion. That is the opinion of Kasparov. So, if Kasparov says something that is more authentic, so Paul Keres deserved to become world champion. He never became because of World War. वर्ल्ड वार हो गया खत्म हो गया रूबिनस्टाइन वर्ल्ड वार फर्स्ट में रूबिनस्टाइन खत्म हो गया वर्ल्ड वार सेकंड में कोर्स पॉल करस खत्म हो गया Ivanchuk, another tragedy. Okay, so here the correct basically the problem of development of pieces. So रुक यहाँ पर और नाइट यहाँ आ जाएगा आगे ठीक है सब कुछ रहेगा you attack go and now knight d7 and knight f8 हो गया नेक्स्ट बिशप आ जाएगा परफेक्ट कोऑर्डिनेशन equal the position has become equal. Otherwise, what the problem is what happens is if you play knight c6 वो बिशप को लेके जाएगा कहाँ अगर आप ये करोगे वो बिशप का प्रॉब्लम है इसीलिए नाइट आएगा नाइट देन बिशप एंड एवरीथिंग इज इन ऑर्डर ब्लैक रूक्स आर कोऑर्डिनेटेड और पास में तीन तीन गार्ड है देयर आर थ्री माइनर पीसेस एज अ गार्ड and next plan he is preparing to bring the knight to bring to here and f4 it should be minimum equality maybe black is little better black position is little better so how to play the opening में आइवान का ट्रेजेडी हो गया कि वो कैंडिडेट में क्वार्टर फाइनल में ही वाज विनिंग द गेम and he lost to Yusupo and got eliminated. Otherwise, he would have gone all the way to go fight with Kasparov. बुरा दिन है तो हार गया वो कंप्लीट विनिंग पोजीशन वो हार गया है इंग्लिश ओपनिंग में अभी तो यूसुफ आनंद भी हार गया कार्पो के साथ तो जो स्पेन का जो लुई रेंटारो वाला मैच लगा उसमें से कौन बेटर था आनंद जीत पी 5-3 ट्रेजेडी हो गया विनिंग पोजीशन में हार गया नॉकड आउट You should have seen that game. Ivanchuk Yusupo, clear winning. Jita, next go to semi-final. He would have gone to final. Anyway, next. I don't want to show further. इतना काफी है इतना काफी है Alatra to show versus Boleslavsky. This is actually a poor line. Okay, this is okay, acceptable. Correct me. Why it is necessary? Now, if you are delaying, then white will make castle, long castle and start on that. So this is the perfect move. You notice what he is looking for. Knight e, मानना तो पड़ेगा नहीं तो b2 I don't knight. And now this is the whole point. Black is seizing the initiative. How black should play now? Yes, yes, Hers. He lost Ruslan Ponomario, but Ponomario was coming fast. So his opening preparation, everything was good. So in 2000 he lost, but the tragedy was that Yusupov game. He was in his prime. He won the Linares ahead of Kasparov. 1991. He won the Linares ahead of Kasparov. Yes, Ramakrishna, Ruslan Ponomario was not world champion. He was FIDE world champion. He was FIDE world champion. Means not all the top players were there, but FIDE conducted. So Kasparov, Karpov, or all those players were not there. FIDE world champion Kramnik was not there. So FIDE world champion was different. F5, correct move, correct move. Break the bind. Now rook check is coming, and now black to play. Now very simple way. Now you find out. Oh, I will flip the book. I will flip the book. King center में है. I want you to exploit. For exploit. Abhi, now you see if you take and this is winning. You take and then queen enters to g5 into simple move. The point is black king is weak, but कौन सा piece attack करेगा? White का. No piece can enter. Give a check. So queen g5. कैसल करेंगे तो बिशप s3 आएगा. कैसल इज बैड. बिशप s3 आ जाएगा. So g3. Bring the rook to center now. Threat bishop d3. Black to play and win. Black to play and win. Middle game strategy. Dr. Senapati, you found two good moves, f5 and bb2. Correct move. ये दो दो रूक है. ये रूक कितना पावरफुल है. यहाँ पर आई एम वॉचिंग. यहाँ पर इधर द बिशप विल कम. खत्म हो जाए. अभी रूक हिलेगा. अगर रूक यहाँ कहाँ आया तो रूक इंटू पान आ जाएगा. रूक हिलने का टाइम नहीं है. रूक इंटू f2 क्वीन e3 एंड मेट. ये आएगा तकमक. नॉट मेट. मेट जैसा है. क्वीन चला जाएगा. क्वीन चला जाएगा. तो यू कैनॉट प्ले रूक d1. तो अभी क्या करेगा उसने? तो बिशप खेला. he played f5 f4. How should black play now? You need to feel the pulse of the position. Pulse of the position. Very, very few players in the history of chess, and they are the greatest. Like Fischer, like Kasparov, like Anand, Karpo, all world champions, I would say. They knew the pulse of the position. The queen is attacked, but you can give the queen for two important pieces, bishop into, and then rook will enter. That means I am not really giving queen. I am getting two important pieces and initiative. थोड़ा सा मटेरियल दे रहा है, लिटिल मटेरियल. बिशप इंटू रूक, बिशप इंटू रूक, 12 रूक इंटू चेक. अभी बिशप आ जाएगा. अभी ये पुल द बिशप एंड रूक चेक खत्म हो गया. कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. नथिंग ही कैन डू. आइडिया, रूक चेक, चेक एंड पुल द बिशप. डिस्कवरी चेक से ये क्वीन बचो, डिस्कवरी चेक से बचो. दिस इज डिस्कवर अटैक इज कमिंग, और डिस्कवर अटैक इज कमिंग. अभी बचो. Not only discover attack, it is a mate. It is a checkmate threat. Lost. So Boleslavsky was a great player, and players not studying the old players' masters games. Bronstein, Boleslavsky, Polugayevsky, Larson. Okay. या और दो गेम है. नहीं, और बहुत सारी गेम है. नहीं हो पाएगा. Already in many diagrams I have discussed of isolated queen pawn. White position is little better. So the correct move, play rook e1. After rook e1, white stands better. So bad move. Well, it was not so much analyzed. Not many articles were published. Now we know re1 is the strongest move. Bad move. Okay. So the knight is under attack. So he plays knight. A tempo and the knight will cover. The square in front of the IQP is important. Now, okay. So g6, because all kind of tricks is avoided. So rook attack, rook moves. What should you do now? There are a set of principles playing against IQP or playing with IQP. If a player with playing with isolated pawn, he should go for tactics, attack, open line, and advance of the D pawn, so that lot of open lines will come for him. A player playing against IQP should try to exchange pieces, go for an end game, and try not to allow some tactical blows. White must not, black must not allow d5 push. This is non-stop always plan and some tactics. So simple exchanging pieces is correct, but you have to do at right time at right place. Now forcing exchange of pieces. One of the minor pieces guaranteed exchange. No achievement. Exchange is not a crime, but white is not getting anything in return. Yeah. Another exchange is called for. कुछ नहीं, ये सब कुछ नहीं. एक एक मुंह का टाप है. मारा तो नाइट F7. क्यों मारेंगे? क्या थ्रेट है? कोई थ्रेट ही नहीं. nothing. Minus plus. अभी रूक्स एक्सचेंज हो जाएगा. All the rooks will go, and there is the stupidly placed knight here. Better. So the whole point is playing the opening. This is actually a good position here. This is a good position. So what should play here? Rook e1. I would give this move an X. The game can continue. Now, for example, you castle. Now I will play a3. Why a3? I want to I want to play bishop c2, queen d3. लेकिन अब nb4 को तो गार्ड करना पड़ेगा a3. And then next he will prepare for bc2, queen d3, bg5, rook d1, etc. This is the standard pattern to play with IQ. Yeah. Basically, same day you play end game, middle game, it is good because just ending also you may lose run out of essence. Middle game complication, heat of the battle. So I would say divide the time to study middle game and end game, but not only middle game or not only end game. But do not study unnecessary opening. It is necessary, but you master the end game and middle game first. Today, I discuss some positions of opening strategy and diagram. And I am showing you some middle game positions and what to do. Okay, so here, Alekhine always played a4. Geller played e4 here. But Alekhine a4. A4 is more popular at top level because Geller variation is equal nowadays. So a4 is Alekhine system. So now bishop f4. So bg2. Okay. So threatening the queen is not protected. So queen a5. So rook d1, d8, take. Okay. So he comes here, attacking the bishop. Obviously, I need not explain that white is already better. White has got a more centralized pieces and better center, and also uh, more free game. So black pieces are not well coordinated. Not coordinated. I mean, at the moment, the bishop is watching the knight, and the queen is passively watching that. So how should white play now? Please participate. How should white play? Now, yeah, perfect, wonderful. B4. Now bishop takes b4 is bad on account of knight b4, knight b3. You better defend. तो ये आएंगे. तो आ गया, तो बिशप आएगा, तो बिशप कहीं यहाँ आएगा, ये, तो क्वीन आ जाएगा, कौन जिसे कौन पोजिशन, रुक नहीं आता है, नहीं आता है रुक, पीस चला जाएगा, अब ये इसको बचाओ, so you cannot go, and if you play bishop c3 is also bad, बिशप का अच्छा जगह नहीं है, नहीं तो नाइट मर जाएगा, so bishop c3 is bad and bishop d6 is bad because of queen d4, that means you cannot take with the bishop, you cannot take with the queen c7 only move, attack, you have to surrender the white square bishop, bishop into knight, queen into is also winning, bishop pawn push, finish, excellently played, pulse of the position, pulse of the position, मारना पड़ेगा, खत्म, खत्म हो गया, ये क्या रखा एक दो चेक में, कुछ नहीं, खत्म, मटेरियल डाउन, पोजीशन डाउन, एवरीथिंग डाउन, कांग्रेचुलेशन डॉक्टर सेनापति, फाइंडिंग सच ए मूव, ओके नेक्स्ट, okay, a little bit rash opening, but doesn't matter, white is better, I will go to the key diagram which I am looking for, so offering temporary piece sacrifice, bishop into is bad, gf is bad, because after pawn into bgp e4 will come, you cannot take it, bishop e4 will finish, checkmate हो जाएगा, bishop e4, so only move, but then finish, so you cannot take with the pawn into, now queen, the only move, okay, queen into queen, now bishop, okay, so give a bishop check, now f4, okay, now he has to play support the pawn, f4, how should white play now, how should white play, now, now, no, we have two choice, bishop d3 or bishop into f3, this is the correct move, this is wrong move, why, because after bishop check, you will come and you no initiative, white initiative stops and the pawn is weak now, and this becomes a strong pawn because of the bishop, bad position, this position is bad for white, believe me it is bad, now show me the plan, you play h4, I will play h5, so you really cannot put pressure, so but simple, bishop takes f3, positional, correct strategy, now rook d7 is coming, so take and rd7, hopeless position, hopeless, मटेरियल डाउन, पोजिशन डाउन, सब कुछ डाउन है, नहीं मार सकता है वो, खत्म हो गया, कुछ भी बचेगा नहीं. So the whole point is you need to get a feel for position, not going after material, but keep the position in your control. Bishop into rook, no, no, that is not a good move. Okay, I will come back to that. I will come back to the position. So here bishop d3, according to Max U bg6, this is grandmasters of analyze. The exchange of bishop would have saved the game in the early middle game, does not bring any relief to the stage. So here he says bishop d3 is a dubious move. After rook g6, bishop g6, it is black who is better, because this pawn becomes a, with the support of the, and black has already advantage of color complex. Color complex. White has problem on a white square. Now the bishop becomes a dummy, doing nothing. Rook check वगैरह कुछ नहीं है, king आ जाएगा. So this position black is comfortable. Now I don't see any danger. Black can hold the position. Okay, but this what he played. This is crushing. There is no holding. Now after the move, black can hold the game. After the if you take it, but here you cannot hold the game because my threat you cannot stop. Rook bishop is watching the square. Bishop is watching. So अभी you this is pin only move. मार मार के rook entry सब pawn खा जाए. Now material is equal, but all black pawns are in danger. A7, F7, F7, C7, and king is also bad. Okay, so I will leave this. ये भी हो गया. Laskar. So playing Laskar was very good in defense. So taking control of e5 square. Black to play now. Okay, I will give this. This is the correct move. Because you play passively, it is bad. You play passive move is bad. So Laskar realized that this is fantastic now. I mean, knight has no good square. Retreating passive is bad. So that means you need to play. Then this becomes a problem. What he wants a weakness and the diagonal. This is the whole idea of black. Set the position. Now only move. Now you knight has no good retreat. These are all no coordination and bad. So the center pawn will fall. So you have to play to save the central pawn. Oh yeah. Now counter play enough. Now the idea is next move. Next move will come here. Pressure on the point, and then he has to shake the knight. That's all. He has to shake the knight, which is just on the way. So pawn into pawn, then bishop h5 will come. Only move. Now he wants to attack the defender. Attack the defender. And then the queen will enter. Color complex. Position of color complex. कोई फर्क नहीं. Now if you want to attack, keep a rook. If rooks are exchanged, the strength of attack will go. So save the rook. RB8. Knight g5. Unstoppable attack. अभी जो भी करेगा ये करेगा तो मार दो. तो क्वीन इंटू नाइट मारेगा. हो गया काम. क्वीन घुस जाएगा. यहाँ मेट है, वहां टाइम नहीं है क्वीन h3 क्वीन h6 खेलने को. क्वीन h इसको सपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा. before you move, वो time नहीं है, lost, only move, and the hopeless ending. So very wonderfully played by Laskar. Even a modern grandmaster would appreciate. He was very good in defense and very good in exploitation in open lines, and he was good in end game also. I would say a player should study the games of Chinese, Laskar, Capablanca, Alekhine for about 2 3 months. 3 months. Then another 6 months about Spotvinik, Petrosian, Smyslov, then Tal Fisher, another 6 months. Husky. So 2 years, if you work on classic games, you really gain mastery on middle game strategy. Crushing. No modern player study the old games. I would go to certain point because the whole game we did not analyze. I think I am not sure about why Michael Adams had to play like this. Anyway, first of all, this itself is a bad move. First of all, this itself is a bad move. The bishop must not go to Taras formula. You should stay in center. BD7, BE6. अब ऐसा करो ये बिशप का कोई रोल ही नहीं है. This so I don't know this because Michael Adams was not playing this. Uh, I mean, what is this line called? Uh, Forget the names. So that this is you should not have played. Michael Adams was not playing this caudal defense. This is called caudal. ये जो है ये caudal defense है. He was not playing. Perhaps he played for the World Championship. He has prepared this. So this is not good. Caudal defense. And here Bishop should return here, doing nothing. अभी कम से कम A5 अगर आ सकता था, he may survive. Now this is bad. हो गया ये प्लस माइनस पोजिशन नहीं. This is just bad, I believe. Position is just bad. This is doing like a spectator. ये एक spectator है. कुछ नहीं काम, ये भी bad है. Though it is in a good place, this is bad. This is bad. The position is plus minus. Another square. A target for white minor piece or a rook. RB1 and double. सीधा खेल सकता था. There is no need to go. So here he says that this is good move. सीधा सीधा खेल सकता था. Anyway, playing more cautiously because the stakes are very high, and the first time Anand will win the world title. So this is important. He played carefully. Honestly speaking, it is a reasonable position. Though there are material equal, no counter play. No counter play. अभी ये even if you play, the knight cannot come. Bishop and knight and knight. So it is just a horrible position. No counter play. Now the pawn is this pawn will fall. This pawn will. These are all weak. So how should play now? How he played rook b6. Fantastic. You take, you lose more material. The end game is overwhelming. You compare this bishop and compare this bishop, compare the knight. This is horrible. Threat RB7. Threat, knight f4. Now this, the queen is miserable. Even f4, even f4 was possible, but white takes chance, gave up. So what I meant to say, player strategic mistakes ये जो है, ये जो है, ये this is called corner defense. ये this is not so good here. I believe अगर खेलना ही है तो कम से कम ये मोर एक्टिव है. दिस इज मोर एक्टिव, ज्यादा एक्टिव है. दिस इज मोर एक्टिव हियर. ओके, BB3 BB7 चल सकता है. एनीवे, इट्स, so I told you that bishop g4 and bishop h5 is just bad. Now this was whose game? I found out Dubov was white here. So it's some recent game only I found out. White, black was good, but he white managed to win in a difficult position. Black has bishop pair and good pressure on center. Black has the initiative. The whole thing is opening preparation. So there is nothing great about it. So I will go to a particular position when the opening preparation ends. Okay, this is where here onwards the game is interactive. Okay, I flip the board. Obviously, you can see the king is in danger because of the square. So the position is good for black. But finding the plan, very good move. How should black continue the game? How should black play? Play like Gary Bhai Kasparov. Gary Bhai Kasparov. Always constantly look for this point. Constantly. Simple. Find a plan. Logically speaking, what you want your queen, आपको ये चाहिए तो क्या करना है? सिंपल मूव. आई वांट टू ब्रिंग रूक एंड क्वीन इन द लॉन्ग डायगोनल. व्हाइट स्क्वायर का कोई गार्ड ही नहीं. नो व्हाइट स्क्वायर बिशप. Forced. Cannot take the knight. Forced. With a devastating effect. You will lose a piece. Bishop into rook will come. Lost. Over. So the whole point is simple strategy. Look at the weak point, and this is the move that finished the game. This is the move. Finishing. No defense. So two more games I will show you. Two more games. एक ही game. One more game. Okay, there are other line is f4. F4. F4 is also a good line. But this line is piece play. This is positional. This is active piece play. Pigeon is asking me food time and again. Time हो गया उनका. ओके ये गेम दिखा देता हूँ उसको. दे आर आस्किंग भाई दरवाजा खोलो बोलता है. खोल देता हूँ. So I will go to the critical moment. Now the point is, if black castles, then he will come in danger. If you black will castle now on the king side, he is in serious danger now. You cannot castle. Castling is bad. So he goes for opening the other side. Very well played. How should black play now? Strategically, a big king, king, he should come here, and come here. Solving the problem. आपका प्रॉब्लम है मेन इज किंग. कैसल किया तो मेटिंग अटैक. इफ यू कैसल हियर इट इज मेटिंग अटैक फॉर ब्लैक. So this is bad. This is bad to do the castle. So first h6. Okay, knight cannot be given. Now king. With a simple plan that he wants to slip the king here. Thereafter no problem. It is black only will open the king side. So we need to get idea. For example, I like the game Anand versus Saravan in the Dubai Olympiad. So finding lot of good moves. Okay, this one. There is no need. Maybe it is still it should come quickly king. But anyway, the grandmaster want to just exchange quickly. Finish it. The problem is over. Now black king is safe and he will open the king side. Unless you find this, there is a problem. For example, here I am telling you here. Okay. Now black has problem. This rook is bad, and if you delay, more and more problem will come. So now only comes quickly. Okay. So friends, I will see you tomorrow morning again, 9:30. I want to maybe I will change the topic, do something tomorrow. Let me see. This is opening strategy, middle game strategy, position in the afternoon. The morning I am doing some puzzles and end games. I think the king pawn endings were good in the morning. Okay. So see you back tomorrow morning at 9:30. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care. Bye. Okay, you can see the pigeons. You can see the pigeons is coming. They are waiting. Just see. I hope you can see the pigeons. They asked me, open the door, open the window. All right.